What is going on, soccer card fiends? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. And today we are here with a video on pop counts comparing the soccer legends to that of basketball, some baseball, some football. We'll compare it all around and sort of talk about one of the best attributes of the soccer card market, which I think is relative scarcity / rarity compared to most other markets that people interact with today. So that is what we're going to do. I'm going to go on over to GemRate, which is a site that basically just has tons and tons of data. Doesn't look the best, doesn't operate the best, but as far as what is on the site, it is some of the best. So I have to get on over there now. All right, so I am on the GemRate site. Up here, you can search tons of different things. Primarily here, I'll be looking at player data, which gives me a ton of different items that we can look at. So here I have Lionel Messi. You can see that it has the total number of cards graded, the total gems, the total grades, and the gem rate as well. And then in addition to that, it breaks down all the sets. So I'm mostly going to be sorting by a couple different main ones. As you can see, all these things are labeled up here in terms of what they mean. Primarily, I'll be looking at the total pop counts, and I'll also be looking at the years because early in the career is mostly what matters to people, right? So looking at Lionel Messi, what can we take from this? Well, to start, 45,000 graded, we'll look at other things. You'll come to realize it's not a ton, 45,000 across all of the grades. I mean, if we think of just Zion, and I guess this is always something fun to think about, Zion PSA prisms, just PSA Zion prisms, like the smallest subset, I guess it's a pretty big subset, but one subset of one modern player's career has been graded as many times as Lionel Messi's entire career worth of cards. Now, that's not to say that there aren't more Messis out there. Of course there are. That's going to be an underlying thing with a lot of the soccer stuff, is that there is more out there. However, it's not in abundance. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So with Messi, one of the glaring things whenever you look at the pop report is that his most graded cards are the 2014-2018 Prism, of which there's about 9,000 graded, and those are they're basically junk cards in my opinion. I mean, really the ones that matter are like the 2006, 2004 that you're seeing down here, like that type of stuff, and that stuff's still below 1K, so that's really, really impressive. If we go to early year in the career, Messi does have a lot of rookies, so keep that in mind. If we're looking here, you want to total these all up. It actually sums them in the bottom right, which is very, very useful, but that is 4,700. I can see it, you can't. With an average of about 390 cards graded under each of his rookies, which is really low. I mean, if we think about, modern day parallels, right? So with parallels in the modern day, there's probably 4,000 parallels per rookie player, right? And that's how many Messi cards are graded in total. At PSA, of course, there is BGS and other stuff like that, but you get the idea. So pretty crazy just to think that through. And then if you even go further to 2005, 2006, if you're looking at the total pop counts, there's like nothing graded. Mostly where it comes into play is 2006, once he has his first World Cup, and then you have the stickers and the cards getting graded. But really, when you look at this, there's not too much. I mean, in terms of Messi graded early stuff, there's barely any. Now, Michael Jordan, for example, I like to compare Messi and Jordan because I think they're very similar. 950,000 graded, so only a little 20x, In terms of the total grades, he has 41,000 of his 1990 Fleer, 23,000 of his 1986 Fleer. He has a lot of Fleer stickers as well. I mean, just a lot graded here. I mean, if we're looking at like the total amounts graded, look, I mean, 40, 20, 20, 10, 19, like there's so many. Look how far I can scroll. Even all the way down here, there's still thousands upon thousands being graded in all these sets. So next we're on to Ronaldo. I'm going to compare him to LeBron James because I think they're also very similar. 43,000 total graded for Ronaldo. Again, most of which, well, not most of which, but a lot of which are the Prism, coming in about 9,000 again. With Ronaldo, if you go ahead and sort by year, take away this multi-sport thing that I'm seeing at the top, he only has 2 rookie items that are really of note, and in total that is, 434 rookie items graded. Now, there's a lot of BGS graded ones. Be careful with that. BGS stickers, not to be trusted, at least without doing some research and knowing what you're looking for, of course. But even when you scroll beyond that, I mean, look at Ronaldo's sophomore year. I mean, here, you got 280, 280, 170 graded of the upper decks. Not really that crazy. I mean, 2004, you got really nothing too crazy. I mean, there will be items like Euro stickers, World Cup stickers that could be graded in abundance if it did come. But even then, I mean, I don't know, just compared to what you'll see with other people like a LeBron James, this man has 500,000 graded. Again, 10x on top of what Ronaldo is. And worldwide, Ronaldo's definitely more of a figure, so again, it makes no sense, but that's the card world. Obviously, if you look at it through a card lens, basketball's been collected for a long time, so that does make sense. But looking here at the total graded, so you can see, again, I guess in basketball they sort of had the same thing where 2019 Prism was just getting graded a ton. Kind of weird, but beyond that, we have the Topps that has 13,000, then you have Topps Chrome that has 8,000, and so even just in those two cards, LeBron has 21,000. But even beyond that, he has tons and tons of rookies. LeBron has very affordable rookies that aren't even worth getting graded, really, unless they're in great condition. 10x the pop in total, lots of gems, 46% gem rate. You're not going to find that in soccer. Once soccer really starts getting going and like even the low and mid tier of stuff gets graded, gem rates are going to be extremely, extremely hard in soccer because these things were not kept in pristine condition with the assumption they'll be worth money one day. So now we'll go back to vintage a little bit. Here we have Pele for the soccer comparison, and here he has 9,000 graded in total. If we're going and looking for some rookies, you can see that the Heinerle is up there right here. There's also the Aquarella, the Lifa. There's a lot of them. I mean, not really graded all that much. There is a lot that's out there raw, and so these numbers certainly will go up. But I mean, when you look at this, like, again, remember how many rows of Michael Jordan had more than 1,000 graded, more than 5,000 graded, whatever. Pele doesn't have one. And even the ones that are up there are like post-playing career type stickers that are just widely available. Like, that's how scarce these things are. Now, if we want to go with someone that is vintage, we have Mickey Mantle here. Mickey Mantle, 237,000 graded, essentially 25x what Pele was. Again, and Pele, much bigger figure across the world. If you ask other people elsewhere who Mickey Mantle is, they probably have no clue. But because baseball's the predominant thing in the hobby, everyone talks about Mickey Mantle, right? I see people at card shows talking about how they want to get Mickey Mantle. I gotta go get a mantle. Everyone loves a mantle, right? But like, look how many are here. Now, obviously, they're not all rookie year. So if we're gonna be honest, let's go a little earlier. We got Bowman and Topps right there. 3.5 thousand, 1,800. You got Bowman colors down here, 1,600, 2,800. I mean, just right there, that's like 10,000 Mickey Mantles in the first 2 years. Pele, you don't even have that overall, and it's not even close. I mean, if we go by year and you go to some of the earlier year stuff, I mean, the 57s basically don't get graded at all. Those are the true Pele rookies that no one can find other than Al, of course. And then you got 58s. Like, look how many of these are graded. It's ridiculous. Like, I probably should have scrolled down a little bit, but look at that. Like, it's in the double digits. I mean, it's not even in the same world. Now, there are like variations to these, so if you condense them all, there would be some. But let's see how many we have in total from Pele, right? So we grab his 57 all the way down through wherever 58 ends. So 58, I mean, whatever. We'll even include 59 because we're feeling crazy. In total, you guys, oh, you can't see it. It's at the bottom right now. 1,200, 1,300 basically. That's it's not even close, not even in the same realm. Mickey Mantle had like 10K in his first 2 years. Pele has 1.2K in 3 years. Like, it's ridiculous. And of course, this doesn't stop. We're going to go with Diego Maradona next, and his rookies are not very plentiful. As you can see here, the highest graded item of his is his Panini Calciatore, which is a 3rd year and is pop 300 in total. So again, not easy to find at all. I mean, just ridiculous. And then you go look at the year. So we'll start with his early stuff and we'll just scroll on down. So first, we'll go first 2 years, because really that's the rookie material for Maradona. So first 2 years, a total of 350. 350. And let's go look at someone else. Tom Brady, for example. 200,000. Now again, Maradona, how much did he have? 4,000. Tom Brady, 200,000. Just a small 50x the total amount of cards graded, of course. And then if we are looking at the year 2000, so we'll just look at just rookie year Brady, because that makes sense, just rookie year. So for comparison, Maradona had 351 in his first 2 years. Tom Brady in his first year has 50,000. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me. I mean, obviously, card dynamics, the card market, it all decides this stuff. It's not like this was just made up numbers, but it shows you how out of balance some of these things are. I went to Joe Montana because I felt like, Tom Brady's newer, Joe Montana's an older guy, so at least it's more of a comparison, right? This is more the Maradona days. So if we just look at Joe Montana's rookie, as we can see here, total graded 24,000. Now there are 109 nines that people fawn over, but 24,000 graded. It's not a rare card. And even the gems, I mean, if you compare it to Maradona grades, like unstuck Maradonas are probably more rare than Joe Montana 10s, maybe, but even then, it's crazy to be able to see numbers like this, and they're still probably cheaper. A lot of these soccer items I'm talking about are still probably cheaper than a lot of these other guys that we're mentioning today. And as you can see, the pops are just so out of hand. So I felt like it'd be fun to just go on some different sites and look at like how much is available, what quantity are we looking at, how respected is soccer. So PSA graded cards, soccer 32,000, basketball 385,000, baseball 538,000, and we're basically in line with, I mean, we're behind ice hockey. Ice hockey actually has like 30% more graded and listed on eBay than we do. So that's like, again, soccer being compared to ice hockey. Sounds crazy, but I mean, in the hobby, that's where we're at. Something else I thought was really fun was the golden site. So you can sort this by sport. So I picked just soccer. You can go with anything. Basically, the lots are numbered like this. Number 1 is theoretically the most important, while as you go down, it's less and less important. So, you know, just looking through here, obviously you don't see any soccer stuff. None of the soccer, like we have just game-used NBA jerseys are more important than the rarest soccer cards imaginable. So that's fun. Yeah, eventually you see the Alifa down here at number 30. So, you know, just the grail of soccer cards casually listed at number 30. No biggie. I get it. It's a 2. It's not a 7 or an 8. You gotta have one of the best grades to be cared about at the moment. So it's a little different. But if we're just going to go with soccer, I think that this gives a really good example of how the market is looked at. So with this Alifa, this is lot 30. So the grail of soccer cards, lot 30. No one cares. Lot 105, we have World Cup Brazil medical and personal records from their World Cup winning year. Nice, nice. And then the next card we have is lot 176, where we have a Sindelar from the vintage era of a PSA 5, very newly graded. And then we start showing up at lot 258 with some Grinchas and whatever. But the idea being that even the best soccer cards at the moment, like, unless you're the Alifa, you're not even seen as a top 200 card, basically. That's just, I find it funny. I think it's crazy. I don't know. Either I'm the crazy one or the market's the crazy one. I don't know who it is. Obviously, over time, we'll see how it plays out. But some of this stuff is just crazy for me to think about. And I love sharing it with people because it just shows a lot of the time in soccer, and I'll go for the big webcam while we end this. A lot of the time in soccer, we start to think, maybe we're found out, you know? Maybe everyone's in on it. Because we're all in our bubble. On social media, wherever you're at, if you're in Discords like I am and like many of you are, you start to think, oh, everyone thinks like me. You know, everyone's got this figured out. When in reality, no one does. And over time, if you truly believe in what you believe in, I do believe as well that it will play out. Now, how long will that take? Is it a gamble? Of course, all these different questions come up and you do have to answer them yourself. But essentially, I think we're just greatly undervalued in the market in terms of a lot of the fundamentals that soccer has behind it. And I thought that this video would be a fun way to show and demonstrate why one of the major fundamentals is just greatly overlooked. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. And with that said, hopefully you have a wonderful day and peace.